Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great day today. It was a little bit sketchy for me. We have some bad weather here, or really rain. And when it rains, it really messes with my internet connection. And I've had the cable company out many times. They haven't been able to really figure out why. So it was causing me issues, and that kind of stopped me in my tracks from trading this morning. But we'll go over my day because it was a pretty interesting day after that. But this is a picture not of my backyard. This is a picture of my brother-in-law's backyard in North Carolina. This is the snow that I want. When they say we're going to get a dusting of snow, this is what I want to see. All we got today was rain. So I'm going to have this picture up for a little while. I'm looking at it because when I look out on my back patio, this is the kind of snow that I want to see. But they're living it up over there in North Carolina, so kudos to them. All right, so the first trade I took this morning was on JUNO, and it was an opening range breakdown. Okay, we had the first candle printed, and here's the opening range low. Next candle, it opened up here, and we started to sell. And I was like, I'm waiting. I've been impatient too many times, so I'm going to wait and make sure we break this. And we got below it, but I still had to hold through this. Had I got in up here, this wouldn't have been an issue. But I got in down here because I waited for the break, and it turned around on me. It opened up here, it pushed up, which really, stressed me a little bit because I had to hold past my max loss in order to give this thing time to work. Now, the reason being is, and we talked about this in our session today, I look for, what I do is I kind of average the previous candles to give me, how much or the range I need to put my stop. So if the average of these candles is $1.50, if I get in here and I put my stop at 50 cents away, I'm guaranteed to get stopped out. Because had I got in here and put my hard stop in 50 cents away, I would have been stopped out. Plain and simple. I'd have been stopped out, and I'd have had to turn around and get back in. 50 cents or 60 cents on 500 shares is $300. It would have hit my max loss on the trade, and I'd have started the day in the hole again. So it's very important that you look at the range of the candles prior to getting in the trade and figuring out where you're going to put your hard stop, if you're going to use a hard stop. And that's kind of what it came up in at the end of our class today, so I wanted to kind of address that. But I had to hold through this and ended up getting profit here, 66.25, I believe. Wait a minute, I can't remember. 65, and then another one, 65.94, 66. Got some more at 65.34, and then it went up and stopped me out. I'm back at break even. So this, I probably should have done this like I did yesterday, where when it started to change momentum a little bit, go ahead and take it off and just reset if I need to, because I knew this was going to be a problem, and I figured we would get stuck here on the first attempt. But all well and good. It was a nice profit trade, ready to go. All right, so I wait for the pullback. Wait. So we broke VWAP and stuff. Hit this level up here, which was the opening range high. We pulled back, held VWAP. That's what I look for. I look for the pullback and the hold. We held VWAP. We had the 9 and the 20 pushing up. It was over VWAP. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good long trade. So I get in long, and we can't quite get over 70. So I take profit. I put my hard stop back here at break even. Well, as soon as I put my stop in, the candle dumped. I mean, it went straight down, and I ended up, instead of getting out at 69.50, it took me out at 68.75. That much slippage. And the reason why, the order didn't go through because my freaking internet was slow. The order didn't get processed. When I went back and looked at it, the time that my order got sent was right on point with where it got filled. And, I just had a problem with it. Is my internet. It was just slow. So that's why I was like, look, I'm not going to do this because I may end up losing, too much money on this. I may end up losing my money throughout the rest of the day trading this mess. JUNO moves, it can move slow, and then we can get a huge move out of it. That's just the way it moves. That's the nature of the stock. Now, I've traded it in the past, and it's burned me in the past on it. So I just went ahead and shut it down. Just close this account off, and ended with 190.80. I could have had. Let's see. This was my first trades on it. I was at maybe 380, 390. May have had $400 on this, but and then had money on this trade until this took it back. This actually took me back negative on this one long trade. So, crazy morning here. So that was on JUNO. Here's the one on Halo. We were selling off. I waited until we got below this. We established below all of this. Got short here. And sure enough, this popped up. Now, there was an issue here with this. When I got in and I was watching the price action, I was feeling real uncomfortable. I wasn't really comfortable with the price action. And I actually had, a good 15, almost 20 cents on this that I could have actually just taken half off. The reason why I was a little uncomfortable, I was in 1,000 shares, which is not, not that much because you got a $17 stock. But on 1,000 shares, if the stock moves against you 50 cents, that's a whole lot different than a stock moving against you 50 cents with a $500 share position. So I was just a little, feeling uncomfortable, and I was mentioning that, in chat. I was telling you, I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm not feeling comfortable. I really need to take half of this off. If we get another push down, I'll take half of it off and then leave the other half to take off at break even. At least I'll be more comfortable, and never did. Ended up stopping me out. So, not a bad loss. I mean, I managed it as best I could. But whenever you get that feeling where you're uncomfortable and you know you've been comfortable in other trades, then you're probably in too heavy. And for the price action on this, I was just in too heavy. And I made the mistake of not really taking half off when I could have, and letting it stop me out. But this was the second trade I took. I took this one after the first trade while I was waiting on JUNO to set back up. But I tried it, but I was smart enough to just shut it down once I realized my internet wasn't doing what I needed it to do. I shut it down. Plus, I've been too lazy to go get the freaking cable so that I can hardwire it. And then they closed down the Best Buy down the street from my house, and I don't feel like driving across town to get it. I could have ordered one by now, but I blame that on me. But I'm definitely gonna go get one tonight. So later in the day, this was like after 3 or so. We were talking in chat, and I was telling you, I was looking at taking this going into the close because I didn't have to pick my son up today. The school was closed, and I said I was going to take this in my swing account because I was going to trade it like a swing trade and hold it for the rest of the day. That was what I planned on doing. Settle down, girl. So that's what I planned on doing, was just holding it because I was looking for it to make this run at a minimum to 70 and potentially, run up a little bit more. And I was using the 1 hour chart. Now, I was a little bit late getting in this. I could have gotten in over here, which would have given me a little bit more, about 75 cents more profit. But, it took a minute to convince me to take this. And, I got it. And because it was in my swing account, I could, take it with some decent size. I took 1,000 shares of it. And, it hit a couple of targets. It just could not get and hold over 69. I was expecting it to get and hold over 69. And by 3:30, I was hoping it to get over 69 and hold, with the 3:30 people having to cover, close their positions out, and then we could make the run up to 70, but just couldn't do it. It ended up I closed it out, but still a decent profit. Let's see, 478.38. That's not bad. I honestly I was looking for more. With that, I was looking for at least a point. Try to get $1,000 going into the end of the day. And these are safe, easy trades. By now, this was not jumping around. It was nice, smooth, easy trading. We just could not push over this level. And that's fine. I just couldn't do it, but we still locked in profit. And I like trading these. And, this strategy is one that I use this summer. You saw me use it this summer. When there's not a lot of volatility and I want to get in the stock and just hold it, I'll use the 1 hour chart. I kind of manage it like a swing trade. And I just set it and forget it. And that's basically what I do. So this strategy I did add to the day trade course. I will teach it, and I'll talk about it in the swing trade course as well. But it's basically an all day. It would be an all day hold. That's what it will boil down to. And I'm using the 1 hour chart to really get in. Later days after lunch, I like to get in these on the hourly chart and just trade the trend after lunch. That's what I like to do during the summer. You'll see me take an opening range trade, not really get a whole lot of follow through. once it settled down going into lunch, I would take it and hold it throughout the rest of the day. This is what I was doing. So that's just one of the new things that I added to the course. So you're going to see that. So not a bad day in it. Now on SCG, I had to stop out because we closed back above the 20. That's my stop. I'm using these levels here to, manage the swing trade, because I can always, if we go to bounce, I don't want to hold through this, because this stock has, how the news came out on this stock overnight a couple weeks ago about another company's looking to buy it. They can do anything like that. I don't think this company, I don't even know if this is going to go through. It's got to be approved. There's a lot of things that have to be done before this merger can happen. Plus, if it does, I would expect them to tank this so that the insiders can get in at a cheaper price, because the merger price would bring the value of this stock up to around $55. So, I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to be trading it like I'm an insider without the information. I'm just going to watch, look, and analyze it based on how it's moving. But right now, it closed above the 20, so I had to take off the rest, which was 419.10. It sucks because I gave up probably about $100 if I had taken it off before close. But my strategy is I don't come to look at this until after the close, and by the time I came back and looked at it, it was, it had closed above it, and we were sitting above, so I had to go ahead and take it off. Now I will reset on this. I will get back in and reset under the 20. If we lose it tomorrow and we establish below it, I will take it and try to catch the rest of this gap down. No, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to close this gap. I think they're going to tank this. This is a 52-week low right here. I think we're going to come down some more. So if I have to do this in segments to, protect myself and protect my interest, then that's what I'm going to do. But, we did make a good chunk of change on it yesterday. So this isn't bad. Not a bad deal. CARS, I'm still holding on to this. It hasn't given me any indication that we're not gonna get there at some point. We just don't have the volume right now. Just do not have a volume in this like we had previously on this run up here. So I'm looking for the volume to come in. I think there's some things on tap with this that we're gonna potentially see a gap up. But as long as the pattern and the trend is still in play, I'm gonna continue to trade it. Higher low, higher high. Even though we closed, weak on the day, and we closed below yesterday's close, we put in a higher low and a higher high. So, we'll see how it goes. And again, don't let that scare you. They just pull a bid. It's down to 15.15, but this is just what it did yesterday. Pretty much does this every night. The bid is pulled, and then, after 9 o'clock, when they start putting their positions on, you'll see that number change. And you see the, where you don't see this is on the bid side. On the ask side, it's actually at 31.50. So don't, pay a whole lot of attention to that. This is just where it is because it's late, it's after market. This usually doesn't trade after market, and there are no bids right now. All right, so that's gonna do it. That's my day. A pretty okay day. I'm not gonna complain. You know, I was smart enough. I feel that I didn't push the envelope, and when it was time for me to shut down in the morning, I shut down. And let's see. So 1078.16, not a bad day. Not a bad day considering. All right, guys, so take it easy and have a great afternoon, a great night, or morning, depending on where you are. And we will see you bright and early in chat.